We reviewed Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's only right that we review Pokemon ZA. Now, we just finished the... We already finished the main story now, and then we finished the aftermath of the game. We will be talking about ZA. I'm gonna be completely honest when I think about ZA. This game has been the most controversial I think I've ever seen. Like when I saw it on my timeline, rather it was voice acting, rather it was cutscenes being kind of being here or there, rather the gameplay being you either love the new mechanics when it comes to fighting or you think it's bad. In my opinion, this is no social media opinion, this is no argument, this is strictly my singular opinion, guys, and I'm not gonna lie. When I think about ZA, it's great. It's great. It's nothing. Okay. Let's sit down and talk about it. Pokemon ZA is a game that I truly believe is doing something pretty interesting. The story is interesting. The cast, best cast in the time. I'm not even hot take. This is the best cast. This all the characters, side characters, and everybody. I love them. I love them from start to finish. They are They're one of the funniest crew. They're one of the coolest crews. This is the best cast they low-key had in Pokemon history. Rather it was rivalry, rather it was friends, rather it was like I can't talk highly on enough about the cast because it is good. It is crazy good. Pokemon ZA brings back Mega Evolution. Whew. I think the Mega Evolution gimmick is fine. I think out of every Pokemon game, if you want the best experience of Mega Evolution, I still do think Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is probably the best one because it's more animated, it's more cool. It's more kind of dripped out. But I will say, I feel like this was one of those games where it's like, I'm glad Mega Evolution is back, by the way. I just want to say that real quick. I'm glad Mega Evolution is back because it needed to be back. It needed to be back. It needs to be back for the longest time, especially with the fact that, like, it's the best gimmick. It is. It's better. It's when I think about Zebos, when I think about Gigantamax and crystallization, whatever, or terrorization. Like, no, it's not. It's Mega Evolution the best. I just think to myself and say, this game did a pretty good job. I don't know if it was me expecting more, or me just expecting more of the fact that we are in Lumio City, which let's talk about the negatives. Let's talk about the negatives. I feel like what really holds this game back is actually I'm not gonna say it holds it back, but this was a perfect chance to like make Gen 6 like so much more interesting to me. I think the reason why I have the biggest issue with XY is because XY is kind of just simple, plain. It's cool. It's something about the game where I'm looking at it, I'm just like, I play it, it's easy, it's very, very easy, actually, extremely easy. But it's not giving me too much to love about for Kalos itself. So now we have Legends EA. So let's see how it makes me love Kalos now. I think Kalos is cool. I think it makes it a little bit better. Not lovable, but cool. Plus, I really hope they never do this idea again with making a my goodness. ZA was probably the only game they can get away with making an entire place just Lumio City. I don't want them to do that ever again. Ever again. Oh my goodness. Please. It worked kind of with ZA because it's such a big city. And I guess we got some more lore and more cool stuff out of Kalos. But Pokemon, Game Freak, never do this again. Like truly. Like just never do it again. But I also will say, man, I can't ignore this. The starter decision is still the most questionable I think I've ever just sat down with. Tepig, Chikorita, Totodile. I just think about that choice and I'm like, even from the trailers, you're just thinking to yourself like, Tepig, Chikorita, Totodile's cool, but like, he's okay. Like he's not like a top. I wouldn't even say he's not even like a middle tier like top starter. Like he's okay, I guess. And it's not even no slander to those three. It's just like you look at the stats and you look at their abilities and like, okay, like yeah, they probably are one of the 3 worst starters in Pokemon history, and they kind of fixed them with their Mega Evolutions, at least for Meganium, for what I've seen. Emboar is actually pretty cool. I will say Mega Emboar is actually a really cool design. I will get from that. Mega Emboar is a cool design. They kind of fixed the design, but starter choices. Yeah, that was pretty iffy. Another thing I will say about the game that's pretty negative is I kind of wished it was more in the after game, but I know they released a DLC. I've seen nothing but negativity on the DLC. I want to try to test it out myself. I haven't played the DLC yet. I bought it like a couple months ago. Haven't tested it out, but I hope it's good, hopefully, but it gets to a point where it's like, if I'm hearing so much about this, it's like a negative. It's like, oh my goodness. I still want to test it out, get my own opinion about it, see if I like it, but yeah. Now I want to talk about some positive. Let's talk about some positive. Like I said, it had the best cast. A lot of people are funny. The gameplay mechanic is peak. I'm gonna actually give it that. It is super peak. I like how it kind of fits with like the anime in a way, where it's like if you want to dodge, move the character so the Pokemon dodges too. I kind of hope they explored that in a little bit more in the near future, because it seemed like this is the first time they ever done that. But it was pretty cool how you can like make your Pokemon actually dodge with just running yourself. Like you're running, the Pokemon's running, and they just whoop whoop. And I like the boss battles where you have to fight like legendary Pokemon or like Mega Evolution Pokemon, and you can just dodge and still like do. It's those are fun, and I like how they kept the whole like thing with that for like Arceus, because they kind of did that with Arceus too, but they did a lot more now with like ZA, and it was great. I think I will give that like a really great rating for like the fighting mechanics. Like I said about the story's well, actually I didn't talk about the story, but the story itself, you're trying to save Lomos. You're trying to understand what Zygarde is basically chasing you after, because he basically chases you pretty much the entire game. And then by the end of the game, he helped you, and then he becomes 100% Zygarde. He's freaking peak. He's literally peak. I didn't even know he had a Mega Evolution. I'm glad no one spoiled me on that, because holy crap, that was cinema. Oh my goodness, I will say that's the rank up system. Boss battles were so good, bro. Oh my goodness. I loved how we got from letter Z to A, and just it felt so cool. I liked how you always also had those night challenges where you fight in the nighttime, fight against trainers left and right. I love that type of stuff. I like this. To me was like Arceus, but like more fighting than catching. Which, honestly, I will say this. I wish the catching mechanic was a little bit better. I feel like Arceus peaked when it comes to Pokemon in general for catching, but the catching was like good. It was good, but it wasn't great. But it did seem like this game was like really trying to get you into fighting, which I'm all for it. Shoot. I'm all for it. If I gotta be the very best that no one ever was, shoot. I wanna be like come on now. That like if I gotta be Ash, I will be. We'll be going from Z to an infinite. I actually, and I know a lot of people did not really like the system of like ranking up quickly, because I think you rank up to like Z to like what I forgot what letter it was. I think it was like S or T, and then they just start skipping like letters and to get to like all the way to like E or D. And like, I appreciate that, because I'm gonna keep it a book. Going from Z to A, no, you like that's a like. That's like, that would make the game even longer than it needs to be, honestly. And the fact that there's going from one letter up all the way to like A, it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to you're finally gonna skip letters eventually. But I also do like how like everyone that's at the rank of the letters, it feels like an actual challenge. Like, it's not even like, oh, it's gonna be easy, like cakewalk and stuff. Like, this game's pretty challenging for the most part, especially when you fight against this is a big spoiler. This is a big spoiler. The villain of XY. Why do I forget his name already? Like, the main villain of XY. He's back. He's back, and you fight against him like, I believe, in the after game of the game, and he's pretty challenging himself. And the game can be challenging, it can be fun, it can be great. ZA has a nice story. Cutscene wise, I will be honest and say this. I do believe we're due for voice acting at this point. I think Pokemon has been a franchise where I'm like, people have gotten on them for voice acting for decades, and I mean decades. And the more I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't think people should have gotten on Pokemon for voice acting until like the Switch era, in my opinion, because it didn't seem like they ever needed voice acting and ever. Like, I'm gonna keep it a book. It wasn't noticeable until like Scarlet and Violet for me. Scarlet and Violet was the first game I'm like, oh shoot, like holy crap, they're singing, they're rapping, they're literally doing something, and it's like, it's just nothing. Like, it's just pure, like, just talk. They're just talking. I feel like they haven't really. It wasn't really noticeable until the Switch era, and I'm like, ZA doesn't help with the fact that it does that sometimes, and it's like, we're probably to a point where we need voice acting. We're probably to the point where we need that, especially with the fact that like, there's too many moments. There's like too many moments where the beginning of the game, there's a moment where it's like a actual cutscene, and and they're literally talking. They're literally talking, and it literally you don't hear anything. And it's some moments like that in ZA. I will say Scarlet and Violet does it extremely worse, but at least ZA kind of does it in like just a little bit. But like, we're kind of due for it. We're kind of due for it. Now, will they do it or not? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see with like Pokemon Winds and Waves, but we'll just have to see. But I think my overall opinion on ZA was, it's a great game. It's a very, very great game that's overhated. I think we're in an era where Pokemon games are going to keep getting hated on because rather it's the company, rather it's Nintendo, rather it's just the mechanic or just gameplay. I don't even know. I really don't know where this whole Pokemon hate came from, because it didn't seem like it was like this until the Switch era. Like, I hear people say the Switch has no good Pokemon games. I'm like, Sword and Shield, I do think that's probably the worst mainline Pokemon game. Even then, I probably what did I give, like a 5? Like, it's probably the worst. High key, low key is the worst. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I probably would play that over every other mainline game. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, I thought that was fine. I don't think it was like a crazy peak game, great game, but I thought it was a fine, good game. Shoot, maybe freaking like Gen 4 for what I care. Diamond and Pearl, yeah. I do need to play Platinum though. I heard people say Platinum's peak, and which that's the only Pokemon main game I have not played. Platinum seems like it's peak. I've seen gameplay of it. It seems peak. I have not played it yet. But the Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, that was decent to me. That was pretty decent for me. Arceus, I think Arceus is a top 3 Pokemon game of all time, if not top 5. It's a top 3 Pokemon game of all time. It's such a peak game. Scarlet and Violet. Glitches makes it like a 4.4 out of 10. But like without the glitches, heck, Switch 2 trying to fix a lot of things for this game. Barely though, barely. Like it's a cool, good, solid game. I guess like it's 6.8, something like that. Like it's okay. Pokemon ZA. I am giving this game an 8.4. I'm giving this game an 8.4. It's a great game. It's a great game that I don't have much negativity to really say. It's on the better end of Pokemon. It is very overhated. I think it is a game I can see myself probably 100%ing. Probably. I definitely can see myself catching every single Pokemon like I did in Arceus, because Arceus was so good. Oh my goodness, I would never forget. Arceus was an adventure, bro. Arceus was an adventure. Y'all saw me stream it, upload, and did a whole playthrough on the channel. Like, Arceus is so good, bro. Arceus is so good. But ZA, great game. Good game. Wonderful cast. Could be better with the city and environment and some Pokemon. Could be better with not even like some Pokemon, just the starters in general. Just the starters, honestly. Really good mechanic with the Mega Evolution. Could be better, but good to bring it back. And fighting, catching, extremely great. It does kind of suck though that Pokemon Pokopia is this peak game, because Pokemon ZA has kind of gotten forgotten for what I've seen. I have not seen people really talk about this game anymore. Like, since Pokemon Pokopia, like, it's kind of been, like, gone. Like, no one's really talking about it. No one's really saying much about it. It's just, it doesn't really help with people saying Pokemon Pokopia is, like, Game of the Year. Which, shoot, I'm not gonna lie, it's in my top 3 Game of the Year so far. Resident Evil Requiem is close. But Pokemon Pokopia is... They're like neck and neck for me. They're like both neck and neck for me for like Game of the Year for 2026 right now. But ZA is a great game. I'm gonna just leave it at that and just give it an 8.4. Next playthrough though, because now we're finished with Pokemon ZA. You already know, guys. Like, Undertale's coming. Like, should I... I'll stream it, bro. I'll stream it sometime, either this week or next week. But you guys take care, and we out of here. Peace.